Hello people of the internet, welcome back to Tease Money. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I know I am because today is payday, you know, my favorite time that comes around every 2 weeks. Every time I say that, I feel like it sounds so awkward, so I'm gonna stop. But yeah, it's payday, so we have some cash stuffing to do. I'm gonna start this off with a really big disclaimer. I have been missing videos left and right. Mind you, I've been recording like as much as possible, but the editing is really what's holding me up. I think I have about 5 to 6 videos filmed that I've never uploaded or edited, and at this point I don't know if it's just better to keep chugging along and don't go back and edit them and just try to stay consistent from here on out, or if it's better to go back and edit them and just upload them at random times. I really don't know, but what I do know is today is, I think my watch is dead. Okay, so today is Wednesday, June 11th. This is the actual day that I get paid, but I'm gonna get this one uploaded, and I think I'm just gonna plan to film and edit as I go along, and then any bonus content that I've missed, if it goes up, it'll go up. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do, or I'll always be trying to play a game of catch up. So I think that's the plan for now. But today we have a very exciting cash stuffing. I was going through my channel and I haven't uploaded one of these in forever. Literally, I've recorded every single check I've gotten, but just the time with editing, with my travel and everything else going on, I just haven't had time to edit and upload. So this is, I don't want to say a rare treat because it's not supposed to be that rare, but it's been a while since I've filmed a cash stuff with me, and an even longer time since I filmed a budget with me. Today won't be a budget with me, but it's definitely going to be a cash stuffing, and I think I'm going to try to implement a budget with me the next time I get a paycheck. So look forward to that, but let's just jump into this. No need to delay any longer.
$8 mic, turn to $1 million, then we all rich. That's just how I feel.
So before I get started on the actual cash stuffing, I do like to do a nice overview of my paycheck, and usually I do some percentages. I forgot to calculate those, so we're just gonna skip it today. But starting off today, June 11th, I got paid. My bi-weekly paycheck was $964.85. I did go out of town for about 4 to 5 days last week, so those days are missing that I would have usually had on my check are missing off of the check. So yeah, we're working with a little less cash this time, but that's okay. We adapt and we go and make the money work for us. So starting off, I like to explain my non-cash transfers, because today I only have about $500 in cash. It's $499, and I zero base budget, so everything else does have a place it's going to. So the first of those places is my debt account. If you did not know, if you're new to my channel, I am a 23-year-old, almost post-grad cash budgeter. That's like my little blurb. I do currently live at home with my mom, so I'm not paying rent. My car is completely paid off, and she does have me on her insurance. So those are 3 major bills that I don't have to account for. One major expense that I do have to pay for is credit card debt. When I was not living at home for the first 4 years of my college experience, I did live out of town on campus, and I managed to rack up a pretty hefty sum of consumer debt. And so one of my big goals this year before I move out of the house with my mother is to pay off that consumer debt completely. And so because of that, I put a very high proportion of my paycheck to consumer debt every single month. Right now, my goal is to increase the amount that I pay towards consumer debt each quarter. And so in the current quarter we're in, I'm paying $950 towards consumer debt each month. And so to get to that goal, I take $400 out of each bi-weekly paycheck, which I usually get 2 in a month. And then the extra $150 I kind of get from side hustles. And so that's how I manage that. But also, a little bonus blurb, I do plan to do a 2025 financial goals update, because I have been making a lot of progress on a lot of the goals and some not so much. So I do plan to do a update video by the end of this month, so like midway through the year, Q3, start of Q3 update. So look forward to that. But Yeah, so this is like the biggest expense that comes out of every paycheck, no matter what, because that is like my priority. Everything else can kind of be put on a back burner unless it's also like a bill that's a non-negotiable, but you'll kind of see that as I go through a little bit more. The next thing that gets money is my SoFi account, which is what I use to pay for my fitness subscriptions and gyms. So I do have ClassPass. I pay $60 monthly for that, and then I also have a Planet Fitness membership, and so both of those memberships come out of my SoFi account. That's pretty much the only thing I use that checking feature for, but I also have the SoFi savings that I use the buckets. I love that feature in SoFi. Check the link in my description. I do have a bonus link. If you set up direct deposit through SoFi, you can get bonus cash. I think it's like $250 depending on how much you get direct deposited in a certain amount of days, but super good deal. SoFi is goated. I love their savings features, so yeah, definitely check out SoFi. But I really only use the checking for fitness, and so I call it my self fitness account. I'm trying to be funny. The next one is my Bank of America. This used to be my primary spending account. I've had this since I was literally maybe 14 years old, but I wanted to kind of separate my subscriptions and the actual spending that I'm doing, and so Bank of America is now purely for subscriptions. Usually I put the set amount of subscriptions that are coming out in a 2-week period, but I do have some money left in that from a refund check I got from school, so I'm not putting in money for this bi-weekly period. That'll not be the norm, but yeah, so there's some money in there that I'm just gonna leave in there to kind of pay for subscriptions for the next couple of months. I'll probably still add money in and let that be like a buffer of a sorts, but yes, I'm not putting any money towards that account this paycheck. And then the last non-cash transfer, which this is a brand new account, y'all. Last time I filmed this video, which I don't even know if y'all saw this, but my update about separating my subscriptions from my actual buffer and like kind of spending money was that I opened an account with First Horizon. Y'all, I closed that account. I should have did a lot more research, honestly, when I was choosing what bank to go with, but honestly I was drawn to First Horizon because it's a regional bank. I did want to kind of do a smaller bank because it's a little bit easier to go into the branch, talk to a teller, things like that. But the app, oh my goodness, is so out of date. I could not Zelle myself any money for like 2 weeks. Like, I was blocked out of Zelle. It was all set up. I could request, I could receive money. I couldn't send money from that account, which is like, I Zelle money from my different accounts all of the time. So like they come from Zelle. When I pay myself these amounts, I Zelle them. While I was waiting on the debit card for that account to arrive, what I was doing, I was spending the money on my Bank of America account, which that money was purely for subscriptions. I didn't have the buffer in there at that time, and so my plan was just to Zelle the exact amount that I took out of my Bank of America account to the First Horizon. Y'all, it was such a struggle, and then I just feel like I couldn't get in contact with the customer service as easily as I thought I would be able to, and so it was, the app interface is out of date, which, like, honestly, if everything was working fine, I don't mind a little out of date app, but it was just so many red flags in the first week, 2 weeks of me having that account. I had that account for about a month because I didn't want to just immediately close it. I was, given a little time, but it was just so many like red flags and things that I did not like. I didn't want to just commit to having the account just because I opened it. So I did take the money out, close that account, did further research, and decided to open a Capital One 360 checkings account. And so that is my new buffer account, or everyday spending, even though technically my everyday spending is in cash for the most part. But if I ever do need money on a card, or just something's going on where I would prefer to pay with card, that's what this account is for. That was a very long-winded explanation. I don't know if I'll keep the whole thing in, but yeah, this is a new addition to my financial setup that I'm super excited for, Capital One. And that's it for my non-cash transfers. So after we deduct these amounts from my paycheck, which, let's do some calculations. So we started with $964.85 minus $400 minus $30 minus $35.85. We're left with $499. So let's do a quick cash count and get started with the cash. 50, 100, 150, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which equals $4.99, which is what we're looking for. Oh my goodness, I went out of focus, so I hope I was focused during that cash count. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not doing it again. But let's just get started. So I like to start us off in my everyday spending wallet, which is, this is the wallet that I carry around with me. And so we're gonna start with gas, which gets $50 every 2 weeks. I do pay for gas in cash, so I like to get 2 20s and a 10, so it's easy just to go in and give that teller the amounts. But it does look like I have some left over, which isn't surprising because I was out of town and didn't drive for several days. But let's do a quick count. I have 20, 40, 50, 60, 65. Next up, we have dining out, which is going to get $10 this time, and the folder is currently empty, which will bring the new balance up to 10. Next up, we have shopping, which is going to get 15, and this is also empty, so that'll bring the new balance up to 15 as well. And fun fact, y'all, I know I have these like spending trackers in here, but honestly, I do not use them at all. For this one, this particular binder, I don't necessarily track my spending that closely. Maybe I should, but because this is like my everyday spending money, if I were to like track every little purchase that I make, it's just a little more cumbersome than I would like. So I don't necessarily track them, but maybe I should start doing that. Groceries is getting $30, and there is some money in here already, so let's count that. Plus 30, so we're gonna take a 20 and another 10. And that'll bring the total to 20, 30, 40, 45. Household is going to be getting 10, which that is also currently empty. And a big goal of this paycheck that I had, which you'll see when I get into my sinking funds especially, a lot of my folders were down to like 0 for various reasons. And so I just wanted to get money back in every single folder. So every single folder except for one got funding this paycheck, which is what I aim to do every paycheck. But the last like 3 paychecks I've been skipping folders for various reasons, mainly because I was traveling, so a lot of money was going towards travel. So what would have been used to fund those other things, they were going towards my vacation fund. So because I don't have any impending travel coming up, and even though this check was on the smaller side, I felt like I had some room to like spread the love a little more than usual. So that was something I was excited to do this paycheck. But personal care is going to be getting $5, and it does have a $1 bill in there. So I'm just going to pull this out and put it at the back of my cash tray for later. And we'll put 5 in now. And that is it for my wallet. Next, we're gonna move into our sinking funds, which is in this zipper binder. Fun fact, I did paint this myself. It started off purple, but to match my aesthetic, that was when I bought this, when I first like got introduced to cash stuffing, which was surprisingly, I don't know her username off the top of my head, but she works at Longhorn or Texas Roadhouse, and she would make TikToks of her cash stuffing her tips after every shift, and that's how I got introduced to cash stuffing, like literally back in September. So I haven't been on this journey long, but I think I've come a really long way with it, so I'm very happy about that. But that's me being happy. Beauty is gonna be getting $5, which I wanted to go get a manicure today, or a pedicure rather, and I don't think that's gonna happen. But let's count and see how much money I have in here. I have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. 21. Yeah, that is not enough for a pedicure. Don't know what I was thinking, but next time, hopefully. Okay, health is gonna be getting 10. This is one of the folders that's been empty for a while. Every bit of money I was putting in here was getting taken right out after I filmed to pay for a copay that I had. And so now that that's done, I can actually build this back up, which I'm excited for. Daily fun is gonna be getting 20, which y'all, I don't want to say too much because I haven't even started working on it, but I've been thinking about making a savings challenge that has something to do with a summer bucket list. I don't know how it's gonna work. I really don't know much at all, but that is one of my big goals this summer, is to like do different things, get out the house, and you know, just experience my city, experience life, even on a budget. And so I wanted to make a savings challenge to kind of coincide with that, so look forward to that. I'm not gonna give you a date that's gonna be available because, like I said, I haven't even started on it. I don't know how I want it to work, but I do want to fund this folder a little bit more so that I can actually go do things out in my city. Entertainment is gonna be getting $10, which I am going to see a Broadway show that's touring in my city next month, so I'm very excited about that. I'm pretty much have enough for the ticket. There's $70 or $60 in here, and the tickets, they start at about $35 and of course go up, but I don't mind being in nosebleeds, honestly. So we're at 60 right now, which is enough for a basic ticket and some snacks at the show. So I think I'm going to continue to add a little bit in, and then obviously there might be something else that comes up that I want to go to that will be funded from this, so I'm not going to stop funding that folder, but that's a little just for that. Clothing, this is also one that got cleared out. I went to an anime con, that was my last trip, and so all of the money went in clothing, went to finishing my cosplays, which y'all, they turned out so good. I had a blast. That was my first con ever, and I don't know what to say. It was so fun. I went with one of my line sisters and her cousin and one of her friends, and I just had a blast. That's all I'll say. Investments is going to be getting 10, which I'm trying to build this up because once I reach 100, I will be doing a giveaway. So this will cover the shipping cost and anything else that I might need to get for that giveaway. But currently I have 10, 20, 21, $2 in here. And I also need to pay for my ABC license. That's about $60. Yeah, that needs to get done soon. I've been saying that for some months now. I just need to commit to doing that, but 22 in there. Education is going to be getting 5, which this is another like kind of weird case a little bit because I was doing student loan payments, but I re-enrolled for my final credits ever for my degree, my undergraduate degree this summer. And so I'm back in my deferment period. And it said that I don't have to start payments again until 2027, which that doesn't sound right to me, but I'm gonna keep checking it like every month to make sure nothing changes. But I do kind of want to start making payments before then, so I'm not gonna have it be a priority by any means because honestly I'm okay with living with student loan debt, like just paying that off as it comes because it's really low interest. especially like while I'm focusing on other things, because once I finish my credit cards, my next priority will be getting a car and then moving out. Student loans, the payments when I was paying them aren't that much, so that's like a hill I'll cross when I get to it. But I do want to throw any extra like cash that I might have towards these, just for extra bonus payments. Wish list, yes, my favorite part of the video. We're about to do what I like to call wishlist rolling. Can I get a drum roll, please? Okay, so how wishlist rolling works, I have 3 different categories that are eligible for this money essentially. It's wishlist 1, which is going to fund a mini photo printer. I'm trying to save about $160 for the printer and also paper for it. The wishlist 2, which is currently funding a box set of Regular Show, which is like my ultimate comfort show of all time. Love that series so much. Saving $70 in wishlist 2. And then hobbies, which is more of a sinking fund than the other 2. These are specific goals that I need to meet before I can take money out of these. This is like anytime I come across anything kind of hobby-ish that I want to buy that I don't necessarily have the money in shopping, or even if I don't want to spend the money out of shopping, I can pull it out of here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have $15 going to wishlist rolling today. And I play this much like I play my mini Mondays. I'll roll a D6, and wherever the dice tells me to go, that's where we'll put $1. And we'll do that until we run out of dollars. Oh, I forgot the big caveat of this is that I do not have, obviously it's only 3 folders, and so the way that I do it to make it make sense, 1 and 4 go to 1, 2 and 5 go to 2, and then 3 and 6 go to hobbies. So 4 would go to wishlist 1. Y'all, 3 is popular today. It says 1, so I'll just go ahead and put that. And then last bill, we have a, oh, not the last bill, but we have a 5, which goes to 2. Now the last bill, we have a 5, which also goes to 2. I think that was a pretty decent mix. What I find is usually they get a pretty similar amount. So all of the first 2 folders are pretty much at the same level, but that 3rd folder is like, because I take money out of it as often, not as often as I put money in, but I do take money out of that. So yeah, the first one got 1, 2, 3, 4, and $5. Okay, the first one got $5, which brings the total to this folder to $20, $40, $50, $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $60, $60, which is, y'all, I really can't do mental math right now, but 60 out of a 160 goal. So we're slowly but surely making our way up there. The next folder got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why I said they all get like an even amount. It's totally not intentional, but as you can see, I was rolling with $15. That means each of the folders got 5, which is crazy, but it's okay. Let's see, we got 20, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2. 62 out of $70. And truly, this is like the pre-tax amount. I have that fully saved, but I did incorporate, or what's it called, plan for tax in these like total goal amounts. But I'm pretty sure the set itself is only $59.99. So hopefully my next wish list rolling, I have enough money to buy that. And I want to, when I buy that item, put it in a video some way somehow, so y'all definitely see when I actually buy it, and I'll show it off a little bit. But for the last one, we obviously got 1, 2, 3, 4, and $5 as well, which will bring the total in this folder up to 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, So $29, which is a pretty decent amount to be in this folder, to be honest. Y'all, did you see they announced the new One Piece? Y'all, I stopped recording. I literally hate that it does this, my camera. So I'm praying that everything that I just talked about got captured. Once I finished, I was talking about what I might put in for the next like wishlist goal, and they just announced the One Piece Lego sets, which I'm a huge anime nerd. Like I was saying earlier, I just went to Anime Con, my first one ever. Had a blast. Actually, I had so much of a blast that after I left that con, there was a con going on in my city, which is obviously a lot cheaper. Like the tickets to get in were cheaper. It was like $30, and then obviously I didn't have to pay for anything. I already had cosplays, so I did go to that literally the week I got back because I had such a great time at that con. I also had a ball at the con in my city. But no, I'm a huge anime nerd. I bought some manga. I did splurge a little and buy some manga, but I did have a little bit of buffer money to use to buy that. But yeah, the next category getting funding is phone, which is gonna get $55, which should bring the total in this, let me just count it, but we should have 110, which is how much my phone bill is every month. So we have 50, 100, 5, 10. Yeah, so my phone bill isn't due until after my next paycheck, but that means I'm ahead on the phone bill, which I'm not gonna stop putting 55 in each paycheck. That's always gonna be my goal. If something happens where I just really can't put that amount in, cool, because we're ahead. But I'm so excited that we're ahead in this folder, because that means that I do have a buffer. And maybe I was thinking about starting a month ahead binder. Y'all, I'm not gonna think too much on it because we're just not in that place right now. But a thought, it is a thought. Car is gonna be getting $10, which shall bring it up to $50, $70, $80, $85. Y'all, I've had to put so much money in my car in the last like 2 months. I drive a 2006 Beetle. I don't know, it might be time to start looking for another car. I love my girl down, but it might be time. It might be time. So that's something else I've been considering, like while I'm creating my budgets, is oh my goodness, I'm like jumping ahead. I'm gonna go back to this because I'm gonna be talking about car. That's something that I've been considering in my future budgets, is that I might pick up a car note pretty soon. My goal is for it to be under 300, and then once I get a car note, I would also have to be responsible for the insurance, which is something that I'm currently not paying for myself. That's something to consider, which that'll probably be about $500 a month. So that being said, I am gonna start a challenge. I think I'm gonna introduce it in my Saturday savings for this week. I am gonna create a challenge that's a save $500 in 30 days challenge. And honestly, if I buy a new car, I'll probably do that challenge every month. And I'll talk more about it because I've thought about this. I need to actually design it, but I have a really good idea for the design. And so I think if I could do that challenge successfully for 3 months, that'll be a down payment plus, so maybe I'll do it for 4 months. So like shoot for, we're in June, I probably won't start it until July, honestly, but June, July, August, September. So September, October, think about buying a new car. But I'll talk more about that challenge and my plan in this week's Saturday savings, so definitely go check that out. Yeah, that's it for car registration, which it doesn't have a label. It used to have like a little index card in there, but when I went and got my tax renewed, I did take that out. Maybe I should put it back in. But this is gonna be getting $5, and the good thing about starting this fresh, like I just paid for my tax, but starting it now, I don't have to put in a super ton of money like every time. If I put $5 in every time I cash stuff, that should be pretty close to the full amount by the time it rolls around next year, which is exciting and the point of sinking funds, truly. Vacation is gonna be getting $10, which it looks like I'm missing a folder. I'm definitely it's around here somewhere. So I'm just gonna stick that $10 in right here. But it is empty, I know that much, so I'll go ahead and put $10 right there. Gifts is gonna be getting $4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, which will bring it up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I talked about this a few videos back, but I'm not gonna stuff birthday again until November, except from challenge reallocations. And then finally, we do have a flex folder back in this binder. Running shoes. I'm trying to save about $150 for some running shoes. I currently have $75 in here, which courtesy of my refund check from school, but we have $50, $70, $75, and $80. And my goal is $150. I need to do some more research truly to see what actual pair that I'm gonna get, because I do have wide flat feet, so not all shoes are built equally for me. So I definitely need to do a lot more research into the actual pair, but I think $150 is a good budget regardless. And then whatever money, if I don't spend that full amount, I can roll that money into my clothing fund. But now we're gonna get into the fun part. At least I think this is the fun part: savings. So we're gonna start off with rainy day, and it's gonna get $25. And y'all, there's a little, y'all see, it's gonna be getting $25. And this is another thing, like I said, I've been recording myself doing these like budgeting, and I've explained things, but it's like I don't know if the video I explained certain things in actually got uploaded. So I will re-explain this if it's something I've talked about already. I'm sorry for being repetitive, but I did have to clear out my car fund. I had a starter issue where my car literally would not start. I had to get it towed from my place of employment and basically just pay whatever they asked me to pay. I don't think they scammed me. Like, that's my mechanic that we go to anytime we have issues. He's a pretty good guy and he does lifetime warranties on his parts, but it did come out to about $500. I think at the time I only had about $200 in my car fund, and then I had to cover the rest of it with my rainy day fund. So I think I was at like $400 or so in rainy day. I was making great progress. I was feeling good. I was like, I'm almost at $1,000 goal for the year. And I had to start back from square one, which is unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but we live and we move. So today it's gonna be in 25, and currently I have $65 in the bank. Yeah, I need to laminate these so I can actually use my placeholder money, but $65 in the bank plus 25 in cash will bring us to a grand total of $90 in emergency fund. So we're like a tenth of the way there, like in a month. So honestly, not bad work, not shabby at all. The next thing getting money is bi-weekly check. I think I just did the 60. Yeah, I did. So I am kind of paying myself back from a check that I missed. So for the last couple of paychecks, I've been doing more than the set amount, but because we're in the 60 zone, I'm not gonna lie, this gets a little spicy. The next two paychecks both get $60. While we're in the 60 zone, I won't be contributing any extra money to this, but I literally have all year to make up that full amount, so I'm not concerned about it. But we do have $60 going in today. And also another place that needs a proper placeholder, but I did transfer this and I have 240 in the bank, or 145. I think 240, that sounds right. Or I actually just need to look and see. It might be 240 plus 145. That's might have been why I wrote it like that. But yeah. Then saving stash, we did pull a single dollar out last time. So I'm gonna stick this in and color in a spot for us. Y'all, I thought by the end of the year this would be completely full. Oh, how I was sorely mistaken. But it's okay, it's still gonna be good savings. This is bonus savings. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but we have 6 months to figure that out. The next thing we have, oh, these aren't getting stuffed today. Hee hee. Okay. Next, I'll go in this for my games and my minis. It's gonna be getting $75, and this should be $75 if I'm not mistaken. And the way I think I want to do it, so we'll do the 2 10s, because $75 will cover 1 week. So I'll do a $50 Saturday savings on this Saturday, upcoming Saturday, and then my mini Monday next week will be $25. And so the way I like to do that, I'll probably do $15 in ones. I really could do $20 in ones for mini Monday and then just one spicy 5. So let's do that actually. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 and 25 for mini Monday. And I'm gonna paper clip this, and then this should be $50. Okay, we have 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So $50 for Saturday, 25 for Monday, and we'll stick this at the back of my mini Monday binder. I was planning to film Saturday savings today, but as y'all can probably tell, I am losing daylight fast, so I'll just film it on Saturday, film and upload. Maybe I'll film it on Friday. I think I go to work later in the day, so I'll have time to film it on Friday to kind of get a head start on that. But the last thing we're stuffing today, my magnum opus, I like to call her. Today, I just have $50 going in, but good news, we have money in the bank. So the next thing we need to stuff is 66. So I have 50 already, and we're gonna be adding 16 to that 50, which, oh, I thought that would clear out our bank. Not quite. Oh, I do need to switch it for a 5 though, but I'll go ahead and pull it out. I have 1 2 3 4 5. Put that to the side, and then an extra 1, which leaves $3 in our bank, which is as expected because our last amount in here was 19. 16. So next time I stuff this challenge, I need to remember that I need small bills as well as big bills to rebuild up this bank. But $3 in there. I'm gonna put this up here, and I saw exactly where I wanted to pull this from. I use this challenge when I need change, but it's also good the other way around too. So I'm just gonna pull this 5 right at the front out, and we'll put these 5 ones in. 1 2 3 4 5, and that way that folder won't be too bulky. Y'all, I'm really curious how much money this is. I don't want to count it, but it's supposed to be a surprise, so I won't count it. But I am always so curious, like, how much money is actually saved in that so far. Okay, so we have $66 here. Let's find the page. Right there, nice and shining bright. But that is it. Funnily enough, this looks like the first time I used that green in here, which is surprising. Thank you for watching the video. If you stayed to the end, I'm gonna be one of those girls who does the emojis. Put one of the mochi emojis in the comments. I'm gonna leave the emoji on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. The emoji on the stick, I think it's called Dagana. I'll put the name and the emoji that I'm talking about on the screen so y'all know. But I'm in my anime mood, so if you enjoyed the video, put that in the comments. Let me know that you stuck around to the end. I really do appreciate all of y'all's support. We are so close to 100. I can literally taste it. So definitely be on the lookout for what comes after 100. I have great things planned. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.